Messi is 39 years old, playing in a World Cup final. Meanwhile, you're 21, and you're secretly convinced your life is already over. It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, but if you're in your 20s, you know exactly what that feels like. You feel like you've already missed your window, like your peak years are slipping through your fingers, and if you haven't made it yet, you never will. But we need to talk about why Messi is still standing on that pitch at 39. Because the lesson isn't work harder or grind more. The lesson is about the lie of potential and the power of learning how to walk. We live in a culture that is absolutely obsessed with early success. You open any app, and within 5 seconds, you are bombarded with images of 22-year-old millionaires, prodigies, and hyper-optimized creators who seem to have their entire existence figured out. This creates a psychological illusion. It makes us believe that life is a straight line that peaks at 25, and if you aren't climbing the mountain at maximum speed right now, you're falling behind. We treat our 20s like a high-speed launch pad. If we don't break orbit immediately, we assume we're doomed to crash. But this pressure is entirely artificial. It's a modern algorithmic disease. When Messi was 20, his game was built entirely on raw, explosive physical talent. He had the long hair, the unstoppable acceleration, and the ability to sprint past entire defenses without a second thought. He didn't need a complex strategy because his body was a cheat code. He was playing life on pure adrenaline. Many of us try to live our 20s the exact same way. We try to sprint through everything. We want the perfect career, the perfect relationship, the perfect fitness routine, and the perfect social life all at once. We burn through our physical and mental energy, trying to force our lives into a masterpiece before we even know who we are. But raw energy has an expiration date. You cannot sprint forever.
When you inevitably hit a wall, when you fail an exam, lose a job, or realize you don't even like the path you're on, you panic. You think the failure is permanent because you're measuring your worth by how fast you can run. If you watch Argentina play today, you will notice something very strange about Messi. He walks all game. For large stretches of a 90-minute match, Messi looks like a casual spectator who somehow wandered onto the field. He doesn't chase every ball. He doesn't waste energy tracking back to defend every play. Critics who don't understand the game sometimes call him lazy. They look at the physical stats and say he isn't working hard enough. But sports analysts know it is a masterclass in tactical patience. Messi isn't disengaged when he's walking. He is scanning. He is calculating the distance between the defenders. He is identifying the exact weak point in the opponent's structure. He is saving his central nervous system and his muscles for the 5 or 10 seconds in the entire match that actually matter. He traded raw, mindless effort for extreme leverage.
If 39-year-old Messi tried to play the way he did at 20, he would be useless. His body literally cannot sustain that level of constant sprinting anymore. He survived and continued to dominate the world because he had the humility to stop sprinting and learn how to walk. This is the exact shift you need to make in your own mind. You are currently exhausting yourself by trying to sprint through a marathon you haven't even mapped out yet. You are trying to solve the next 40 years of your life today. You're running in 5 different directions, taking on stress that isn't yours, and burning out before you even reach the starting line of your actual career. You need to learn how to walk, be patient, and prepare for opportunities when they come. Walking in your life means developing tactical patience. It means realizing that you do not need to react to every single trend, every piece of bad news, or every peer who seems to be doing better than you. It means conserving your energy, observing your environment, and waiting for the moments of true leverage. The biggest lie we are told in our 20s is that we have to find our one true passion and stick to it forever.
You are forced to choose a major, a career path, and an identity before the brain can even fully develop. But what if your first choice was wrong? What if you spend 4 years getting a degree, only to realize you hate the industry?
For most 20-somethings, this realization feels like a death sentence. It feels like you've wasted years of your life, and that starting over at 24 or 26 is embarrassing. But look at the reality of human growth. Reinventing yourself is not a sign of failure. It is a requirement for survival. If Messi had insisted on remaining the explosive, touchline winger he was in his youth, his career would have ended a decade ago. He would have been phased out as his hamstrings tightened and his top speed dropped, like Hazard or Neymar. His greatness is not that he stayed the same. His greatness is that he let his old self die, so his new self could win.
Messi literally transitioned from a winger to a false nine to a playmaker and finally to a walking chess master. He had different primes because he evolved and kept getting better. If a world-class athlete can completely restructure how he performs because his old advantages no longer work, why are you acting like your life is set in stone? Why do you think a mistake you made at 18 defines who you have to be at 28? You are allowed to abandon plans that no longer serve you. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to try something for 6 months, realize you are miserable, and completely change direction. That isn't wasted time. That is testing the soil. That is finding out where your leverage actually is. The real reason we feel this constant buzzing anxiety is because we are the first generation in human history to compare our ordinary daily lives to a global feed of perfection. In the past, if you were a 21-year-old living in a small town, you compared yourself to your classmates or your neighbors. If you were doing okay relative to them, you felt fine. Today, your brain doesn't compare you to your neighbor. It compares you to the absolute top 1% of the most successful, lucky, and hyper-productive people on Earth. It is completely breaking our relationship with time. It makes normal progress feel like stagnation. It makes a quiet, peaceful life feel like a failure. When you see Messi lifting trophies or making miraculous plays, you are seeing the result of decades of quiet, invisible work. You don't see the work he put in. You need to disconnect from the comparison engine. Your 20s are not the main event. They are confusing and experimental. You are not building the final structure of your house right now. You are just pouring the concrete, and if you try to build the roof before the foundation is dry, the whole thing is going to collapse. Stop treating your youth like a race you have to win. There was no prize for finishing first. The only thing at the end of a sprint is exhaustion. If you are feeling that heavy pressure in your chest today, if you are looking at your life and feeling like you aren't doing enough, please, just take a breath. You have so much time. You don't need to be extraordinary today. You don't need to be a young prodigy, a self-made millionaire, or a perfectly optimized human. You just need to get through today. You just need to learn a little bit more about what makes you happy and what makes you miserable. You can do anything. I'll say it one more time. You can do anything.